Good morning. This is Diary of a Coach, episode 229. It's a warm Saturday morning, a day for some of you to rest, probably a day for some of you to go for weddings or trainings or other appointments. It's a lovely day. Today's episode is titled, What is that one thing? What is that one thing? It's been a very busy year. It's been a year of listening to so many issues, so many perspectives, so many complaints, so many words from people who need help, who need support, so many things. And one thing we learn as life coaches, we're trained in life coaching school to ask one question. We're trained to ask that, what is one thing that needs to happen for things to become what you're looking for? What is that one thing? Our trainer would say, if all things were equal, if all the factors were right, if all the conditions were correct, if all the conditions you were looking for were met, what is that one thing that you will stick to? What is that one thing that you're going to embrace? What is that one thing that you would love to do? What is that one thing that you will commit to? When you're going through a challenge, you ask yourself, we normally would ask in therapy, we'll say, what is this one thing that if it happens, everything else will be fine? It's a very powerful question in coaching and therapy. What is that one thing that needs to happen? So when I'm going through a crisis, or when I'm worried, or when I'm tense, or when I'm in anxiety, when I'm going through anything that is not palatable, guess what I ask myself? What is one thing that should happen now that everything will be fine? Once I can determine it, I ask myself, are you ready for this? When should you do this? In what way should you do this? Excuse me, why am I yawning this way this morning? Is it hunger or is it sleep? So, once you can ask yourself that question, you'll find that you are able to nip any issue at the bud. You're able to bust any bubble. You need to be able to give yourself that room to ask yourself, what is this one thing that should happen, or that I can do, or that needs to happen for everything to be okay? Once you can ask yourself, what is that one thing, you'll find that your pressure comes down, that you're able to concentrate. A typical example, you are always broke. You're always broke. You want to pay for services, you always don't have money. You want to pay for services, you always don't have money. The next question you ask yourself is, what is that one thing that needs to happen for me to not be broke again? And then once you can do that, you now begin to generate your options and ask yourself, which of these can guarantee this answer for me? A typical example, you're always heartbroken, or you're always being cheated on, or you're always worried, or you're always anxious, or you're in a place of concern. You ask yourself, what is one thing that needs to happen for this thing to go off my chest, for me to feel good, for everything to be fine? What is that one thing that should happen? So as we wrap up this week and start a new week tomorrow, I'd like for you to think about this year, 2019. I'd like for you to consider everything that has happened this year. And as you project into 2020, I want to ask yourself, what is one thing that can happen in 2020 that will make my 2020 everything I wanted? What is that one thing that needs to happen for my 2020 to be perfect? Yesterday, someone was asking me, Coach Sam, I would like to have a session with you. I would like to meet with you and reflect on my 2019 and strategize for my 2020. Please, can I see you? I said, I don't have time. All my schedule is blocked until December 8th. So if you can wait, that will be fine. I'm better off, I'll prefer January. I prefer that you see me in January, because then I know you are ready to use what we share immediately. Does this sound like what you want? Would you like to sit with me for a short moment to create a plan for 2020? Maybe that is one thing that needs to happen for you. That one thing for you to take advantage of your 2020 may be to sit with Coach Sam, and he will listen to you, and you will talk, and he will write, and he will think about it. Then with you, he will create a plan for 2020. Maybe that is one thing that you need to do to get your 2020 right, perhaps. Maybe that one thing is for you to go back to your own coach and say, Coach, I've come. I'd like for you to sit with me. Let's draw a plan for 2020. 2019 was off the hook. 2019 was ballistic. 2019 was beautiful. 2019 was not so good. 2019 was very good. 2019 was so good. Whatever 2019 was, you need to go back and say, I need to create a plan for 2020. Maybe that is that one thing that you need to do. It's very possible. And you need to come with a plan that says, this is one thing I will focus on in 2020. I may do many other things, but you see, this one is one thing I must do throughout 2020. Maybe that is that one thing that will give you breakthrough. Maybe there is just that one thing that will unleash you to the world. Maybe there's just that one thing that people will associate with you and will bring you all the accolades that you're looking for. That one thing. You need to look for it. You need to sit with your coach and do it. So if you have a team, you have an organization, you have a company that you want me to sit with and build a plan for 2020, maybe that is that one thing that you need to do to get your company and your team in shape for 2020. Maybe that retreat, maybe that board meeting, maybe that management meeting, maybe that team meeting, maybe that performance appraisal, maybe that review of vision and goals, maybe that review of KPI, maybe that is that one thing that you need to do as you plan for 2020. There is always that one thing that will change the game. That one thing that is the 20% that can affect the 80%. Maybe there is just that one thing that is the pillar of every other decision that you're going to take. Find it, hold on to it, and run with it. That one thing. And I'm making myself available to you. In 2020, my own that one thing is I have decided to work with 3 clients in 2020 only to concentrate on their business, to overhaul everything, and to take them to another level of performance and revenue. That's that one thing. That one thing that should happen for me in 2020 is that I should sign up 3 blue chip clients that would focus on my work, and I will focus on their processes and their people, and then we can fix whatever gaps that exists. Or even if there are no gaps, we can fine-tune what they have and prepare them for a bigger harvest, so that by the end of 2020, when they compare with what they did in 2019, the gap is instantly clear and wide. That is that one thing that I know is happening for me already. Yesterday, I signed up 1 of the 3. So I know what's going on. That one thing is happening. What is that one thing that should happen to you? Do you want to be closer to your kids? Could that be that one thing? Do you want to fall in love again? Maybe that's that one thing. Do you want to relocate to the abroad? Maybe that is that one thing. Whatever it is, define it, outline it, Go for it and enjoy it. Thank you for watching Diary of a Coach. This is episode 229. My name is Sam Obafemi. I am your preferred life coach. I am your preferred business developer. I am your preferred listener. I listen to you, and together with you, we draw a plan. That is one thing you should hold on to. I love you guys. Thank you for watching my diary. I'll see you again tomorrow morning. Have a beautiful Saturday, and whatever you lay your hands on to do today, whatever your hand finds to do today, do it diligently as unto the good Lord. I wish you well, and God bless you. Bye.